G'day guys, we're back here once again with our trusty Lenovo 500E Gen 2 Chromebook. A little while ago we did flash the custom Coreboot firmware, which then let us install a few different operating systems, such as Windows Tiny 10 and Proxmox. A friend has asked if I have any old Chromebooks laying around that I can give to their little kid, and since this Chromebook model is still getting ChromeOS updates, I thought today we would try and reflash the stock firmware and finally reinstall stock ChromeOS. It's hopefully not too hard to do, and basically all we have to do is boot into a Linux Live distro, so we can run the Mr. Chromebox script once more, reflash the stock firmware which we did back up when flashing the custom firmware, and then finally reinstall stock ChromeOS. To do all this, we will be using 3 flash drives, but you could probably get away with just using 2. We want one for our Linux Live USB, another with our stock ChromeOS installer on it, and finally one formatted as FAT32 containing our stock firmware. We'll move over to our Windows 11 PC and get all 3 flash drives ready. We're over on our Windows 11 laptop now, and I think we'll start by creating a bootable Linux Mint flash drive. We've just opened up Google Chrome and gone to the Linux Mint website, linuxmint.com, click on download. We'll scroll down a little bit. I think I'll use the XFCE edition. It doesn't matter too much since we won't be using it for very long, but XFCE should be a little bit faster. Click download, and we'll scroll down once more, and we'll just select one of these mirrors. Once that's finished downloading, we'll also need something that can write the Linux Mint image to our flash drive. For that, I always like to use Rufus. Just gone to rufus.ie, we'll scroll down a little bit. Under downloads, we will download the portable version, which at the time of filming is version 4.11p. Let's click on it. Once both of those have finished downloading, we'll minimize Chrome and we'll open up our downloads folder. Inside, we should have our Linux Mint ISO and Rufus. We'll open up Rufus, just double click on it. From here, we want to insert our flash drive we'll be writing it to. Just keep in mind you will lose everything on the flash drive, so make sure there's nothing important on there. You do not need to format it first. With it inserted, under device, make sure our flash drive selected. It's the only one. It's around 8 gigs, so that's the correct one. It's super important you do select the correct drive, as if you select the wrong one, you'll lose everything on that drive. Leave boot selection as disk or ISO image, and we'll click select. Navigate to where we downloaded the Linux Mint ISO. So for me, downloads, and we'll just double click on it. Under partition scheme, we do need to make sure it's set to GPT, and then the target system should be UEFI. Chromebooks running the custom Coreboot firmware only supports UEFI booting, not MBR legacy BIOS. Once you've triple checked you have the correct device, click start. It might ask if you want to write it in ISO mode or DD mode, just select ISO. It'll give you a warning saying you're going to lose everything on the flash drive, just click OK. And it shouldn't take too long to write, it's a fairly small image. Once it's finished writing, we can close off Rufus and then safely eject our flash drive. Next, we'll create our ChromeOS installer flash drive. We'll go back to Google Chrome, and in the search bar, we'll just type in Chrome Recovery Tool. There it is, Chromebook Recovery Utility. It is a Google Chrome extension, so it should be on the Chrome Web Store. We'll just click on that. It should look like this, just make sure you have the correct one, and click Add to Chrome. Click Add Extension. I never noticed before, but it does have a really low rating, 2.6. That is interesting. I'm pretty sure this is an official Google Chrome extension. Once you've finished adding the extension, click on your little extensions button on the top, and just click on Chromebook Recovery Utility. So it says you need an 8 gig or larger flash drive. I'll just be using my old USB 3 64 gig flash drive for this. I'll plug it in now. Once again, you will lose everything on this flash drive, so make sure it's either empty or you don't care if you lose anything. With our flash drive inserted, we'll click Get Started. Now it wants us to identify our Chromebook. We'll assume we don't know the code name, so we'll click Select a Model from the list. Click Select a Manufacturer. Go down to Lenovo, since mine is a Lenovo Chromebook. Click Select a Product. So my Chromebook is the Lenovo 500E Gen 2 Chromebook. So you might think it'll be at the very bottom under 500E, but it's not, and that's because it does share the same firmware as the 300E. So if we go back up a little bit, there it is there, Lenovo 300E/500E Chromebook 2nd Gen. The list is sorted alphabetically. So if you have a different model and you can't find it in the list, it might be worth going through the entire list slowly just to see if it pops up. So let's click on it, click Continue. Next, we want to select our flash drive. There it is there, USB disk 3, 59 gig. Once again, you will lose everything on this flash drive. We'll click Continue. It just tells you will lose everything on it. We'll click on Advanced Settings. We shouldn't need to change anything. Yeah, we don't. Click Hide Advanced Settings. And we'll click Create Now. It'll download the recovery image first, and then it'll write it. So it says about 6 minutes remaining. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Once it finished downloads, it will ask for your permission to write. So just click Yes, and it should start writing. Hopefully it goes a bit faster than this. Here we go, it's dropping down now. 3 minutes, that's better. It's just about finished writing, and now it's going to verify it. Once it finishes verifying, hopefully you get this success screen. From here, we'll just close off the little recovery utility, and we'll once again safely eject our flash drive, which isn't showing up, so I guess we'll just yank it out. Finally, we want to copy our stock firmware ROM over to a 3rd flash drive. I'll just insert it now, just using a cheap 4 gig one. We'll open up our folder where we copied our backup to. For me, it was in Downloads. Here it is here, stock-firmware-phaser360-2050-609.rom. Before we copy it over to our flash drive, we do just want to make sure that our flash drive is formatted to FAT32. So here it is here, just right click on it, go down to format, make sure it's set to FAT32, which it is by default, and we'll just click start, click OK. You will lose everything on the flash drive, obviously. That's done, we can close off the format tool, go back to our downloads where our ROM is, and we'll just copy our ROM over to our flash drive. Once again, we'll safely eject our flash drive. So that's all 3 of our flash drives ready to go. Before we jump back over to our Chromebook, I do just want to mention I am following these steps on the Mr. Chromebox website. I will link this down in the description below. We're back on our Chromebook now, and I've just inserted the Linux Mint bootable flash drive we created earlier. We'll power it on, and we want to mash the escape key to bring up the UEFI menu. There we go. Go down to boot menu, and we want to select our flash drive. So the very bottom one for me, USB. Press enter. On grub, we'll hit start Linux Mint. We don't need to install it, we can just run it live. It's also worth mentioning, it is possible to permanently brick your Chromebook doing this, so as with everything you see online, do it at your own risk. Now we're on our Linux Mint desktop. We do need internet access to restore our stock firmware, so we'll just connect to our Wi-Fi. For me on this Chromebook at least, running the latest version of Linux Mint, my wireless card was detected. If yours isn't, you could always use a USB wireless adapter or a USB Ethernet adapter. Now we're connected to our Wi-Fi, we'll open up terminal. And we do just want to make sure curl's installed, so we'll just type in curl, and it is installed since it didn't throw an error, so that's good. Before we run the Mr. Chromebox script, I will insert the flash drive containing our stock recovery ROM. So it did auto mount, that's good, it was detected. We'll close off the little file browser that popped up, go back to our terminal, and we'll enter the recovery script. cd semicolon space, curl, LO capital, lowercase f, Mr. Chromebox.tech / firmware-util.sh and sudo bash firmware-util.sh. This command can be found on the Mr. Chromebox website that I mentioned earlier, which will be linked down in the description, but I'll also put the exact command in the description as well. Press enter. It did throw an error, but that's my fault. I forgot to put -LOF at the very start. So dash, we'll run it once more and hopefully it does grab the script. There we go. So it's finished loading into the script. Since we want to restore stock firmware, whoops, it is touchscreen. Since we want to restore stock firmware, we'll enter 2 and press enter. Once again, it mentions that flashing this firmware could potentially brick your device. So if you're not comfortable with that, don't continue. I'm happy with that, so we'll press Y and enter. So I did make a backup of my stock firmware when I first flashed the custom Coreboot firmware. That's the ROM we copied over to our flash drive. So I will select option 1, but it looks like you might be able to use the ChromeOS recovery USB that we created earlier. If for some reason you didn't back up your stock firmware, then that might be a viable alternative. We won't be using option 2 though, we'll stick with option 1. So I'll just type in 1, press enter. I have already connected it, so I'll press enter. It's the 4 gig flash drive, Imation. We'll enter 2 and enter. And we do have to type in the full file name. So stock, can I press tab? I cannot. Stock, firmware, phaser 360, 2025, 0609.rom. Hopefully no typos. Looks good, it says it's restoring stock firmware. Fingers crossed we don't break anything. I would recommend doing this with your Chromebook connected to a charger, since if it turns off now, it will fully corrupt your firmware. There's no progress indicator, and the flash drive that I've stored the stock firmware on doesn't have an activity light, so hopefully it is still working. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So it says it was able to restore the stock firmware, but it wasn't able to re-enable the software write protect. I wonder if the ChromeOS installer is going to throw an error because of that. We'll continue on anyway, and hopefully we don't get any errors. So I'll press enter, go back to the main menu, press P to power off, remove all of my flash drives, both of them, press enter, and it should be fully powered off. From here we want to boot into the Chrome recovery utility. To do that, hold down escape, refresh, which is the 4th button in for me. It goes escape, back, forward, refresh. It's the little circle with an arrow. So hold escape, refresh, and press the power button. Awesome. Looked like it worked. We'll insert our ChromeOS recovery USB that we created earlier, and hopefully it just starts by itself. Screen's turned off. It's verifying the integrity, that's good. It's almost finished verifying, hopefully no issues. Looks like it passed the verification. The activity light on my flash drive is flashing rapidly, so that's good. It is reading from it. I guess we'll just wait for it to finish. So it took around 5 minutes, but it does say it's complete now. So I'll unplug the recovery drive, and it's reset by itself, which is a good sign. Hopefully it loads into ChromeOS. Whoops, what happened there? It did just hard power off. Maybe the battery's flat? Power it back on. Oh, I guess it went to sleep. We'll press spacebar to re-enable. Press enter. It's going to reboot once more. Got the ChromeOS logo now. Didn't take too long. Awesome. It looks like it is back into stock ChromeOS. That actually went perfectly, no real issues. We didn't have to disable the battery to re-enable Write Protect. It looks like once you've disabled it to install custom Coreboot firmware, you don't need to re-enable it to actually run stock ChromeOS. That's awesome. We'll click close, we don't want screen reader. We'll click get started since I'm guessing there are going to be a few updates. Connect to my Wi-Fi. For some reason my keyboard isn't working. There we go. I think it's an issue with ChromeOS. I have had this before. If the screen is laying perfectly flat, it triggers tablet mode, which does disable the keyboard. I remember updating to the latest version of ChromeOS did actually fix that, so hopefully there's several updates waiting for us. Click connect. It says it's getting the device ready. Here we go. We won't log in just yet. We'll go browse as a guest. Don't send diagnostics. We'll open up settings and see what version of ChromeOS we're actually on. So we are on version 140. That is a new version. Go check for updates. Well, looks like there are updates actually. So it's not the latest version, but it is much newer than the one that we had on here before we actually flashed custom Coreboot. Almost finished updating. Looks like it's finished. I just have to restart for it to take effect. We'll go browse as guest once more. Don't send diagnostic. And we'll go back into settings just to see what version we're on now. Version 141. We'll go check for updates again. Not up to date. So that's it. We're fully back on stock firmware now with stock ChromeOS, and it is fully updated. It wasn't too hard to do, and all up it took less than an hour, which is pretty good. As mentioned, there is a risk of permanently bricking your device, but it is the same risk you had when you wrote the custom Coreboot firmware in the first place. They did mention on the Mr. Chromebox website that if your device is end of life, you won't be able to restore stock ChromeOS. I'm not sure if that's hard-coded into the Mr. Chromebox script that we run. That checks what Chromebook you're running it on, and if it's end of life, it stops you from reflashing it, or if it's because it's hard to find the stock ChromeOS install image for older devices. I might try this on an older Chromebook in the future that has already reached its end of life, just to see what the actual issue is. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.